this JASTA statute is the only mechanism for a lawsuit against the Saudi government.
Or not, yeah, they were from Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia, needs to look at that.
If you look back at the prior administration, President Obama was vehemently against JASTA.
Obama had argued the bill, known as Justice Against Sponsors of Terrorism, or JASTA, would undermine US-Saudi relations. He also warned of tit-for-tat lawsuits against US servicemen in places such as Afghanistan and Iraq.
In gifts, they're getting bribes, they're getting told not to move this case forward. Eventually, those members of Congress no longer serve, and lobbyists got to hope that the next person in there takes what the last person took.
Because of our country's relationship with Saudi Arabia. I don't think President Trump has done anything to indicate one way or another what he might do. There are many issues, domestic issues, that he has taken a position on that have not been great for New York. This seems to be the kind of issue that he would be interested in the publicity for. But he also has a lot of friends who are in the oil business.
Until we remove special interests from D.C., Donald Trump said he's going to go drain the swamp. They just added a diving board. There's no draining the swamp. But, I've spent 12 years of my life, a quarter of my life in D.C., and the smell that you have to wash off when you leave, you got to take 3 or 4 showers.
What has to happen, I think, in the case, if we're going to win the case, is we get by these motions, we get to find out how deep Saudi involvement is.
And we've been able to trace who gave the money, and those people owe me compensation. Very much so, because it wasn't even spreading ideology, they actually funded it.
So we have to, in order to really go through the train, we have to get discovery.
That few men come into this country, get trained in being a pilot. Can they coordinate the attack in the way they did on their own? The answer is no.
In other cases that are similar, we've asked for an acknowledgement of responsibility. Whether that ever comes out of this, I don't know.
What JASTA requires is that the plaintiffs bring forward evidence that Saudi Arabia supported al-Qaeda and supported the attacks on American soil.
So there's got to be some sort of outside influence, something that trained them, some sort of funding of how that all transpired.
And we need to sue them to prevent and also bring them to light and embarrass them as a way of keeping other people from doing the same thing.
I have anger towards Saudi Arabia. I have anger towards any country that harbors terrorists.
We don't think the evidence shows that Saudi Arabia was really against al-Qaeda. It was really playing a double game where al-Qaeda was being supported on one level and then condemned